Now let's take you to the United Arab Emirates, and these are live pictures where we are seeing the sun-powered aircraft Solar Impulse on its final leg of circumnavigating the globe. This is an absolutely historic voyage which began just over a year ago in Abu Dhabi in March 2015, and it is now on its final flight from Cairo back to Abu Dhabi, as you can see, and we are expecting it to land imminently. An absolutely historic voyage. This was a real journey, an epic journey of 42,000 kilometers across 4 continents, 2 oceans and 3 seas, and absolutely no fuel. All of this was powered from the sun, and this was hashtag a brighter, cleaner future. This is all about solar power and not using fuel. And it's the Swiss explorer, project director Bertrand Piccard, and also his compatriot André Boschberg circumnavigating the globe. An absolute extraordinary feat that they have achieved. And we are watching live historic pictures as this zero fuel aeroplane, Solar Impulse, is finishing this last leg of its global tour. It left the Egyptian capital Cairo on a Saturday, and it's, well, as you can see, successfully, safely landing in Abu Dhabi, where it started off in March 2015. And it began from where it began, that historic round-the-world flight. And the first 6 legs saw it take on distances of up to 883 nautical miles. It really historic, spending up to 20 hours in the air at a time, as it first of all made its way onto China. And then, well, as you'd expect, the challenge became harder. It took 44 hours to fly from China to Japan. And then the first part of the journey across the Pacific, around 9,000 kilometers to Hawaii. And it took more than 117 hours. And that was actually a new record for a solar-powered plane. Look at that, Solar Impulse, absolutely brilliantly, historically, finally touching down just over a year actually, after it started off that historic journey. And that when I was talking about it coming over the Pacific to Hawaii, that leg, a historic leg, which brought a new record for a solar-powered plane. It really did take its toll on the plane's batteries, and unfortunately it wasn't able to resume flying for nearly 10 months. A whole 10 months grounded, absolutely devastating for the pilots and for the team back at base. But then April of this year, it was able to go off again, completing its Pacific crossing to California, then making its way across the US, and eventually from New York to Seville in Spain. It was hoping to go to Paris. It was hoping to echo that pioneering flight in 1927 of Charles Lindbergh and cross at Paris, but unfortunately bad weather meant that it then went to Seville in Spain, and that crossing took 71 hours to complete. These are absolutely historic achievements. And then that left just 2 legs, first to Cairo, and now, as we can see, landing back in Abu Dhabi safely, completing the circumnavigation of the planet. André Boschberg and Bertrand Piccard have been sharing the piloting, and they've just had such a phenomenally successful historical voyage that we're watching there. This is even Ban Ki-moon, UN Secretary General, saying that this is a historic day not only for the pilots but for humanity, and this is all about not using fuel. No fuel, all solar powered. Absolutely remarkable. So congratulations to the team, congratulations to the pilots, André Boschberg and Bertrand Piccard. Solar Impulse finally landing back at Abu Dhabi. Phenomenal pictures.